Subscribe if you're new for daily boxing content, guys. So the other day I was chilling, as I tend to do, and I just had to look at some Luis Ortiz fights, just to study the fighter, break it down, his style and Wilder style. And I chose to watch the Luis Ortiz versus Malik Scott fight. And I forced myself to watch that, dreadful fight. And as I'm watching the fight, I remember that when I first watched the fight live, I was having thoughts of drinking bleach as opposed to having to sit here and watch that whole fight. But I started having those thoughts again, should I drink bleach instead of watching this fight again? But I'm a soldier, and I weathered the storm, and I saw the fight. And as I'm watching the fight, I realized, Luis Ortiz is slow and robotic. Slow. Now, I hate to yell, people, but man, is he slow. He's slow. Malik Scott is not the fastest guy on his feet. I mean, he's not the slowest heavyweight, but he's not I don't think he's as fast as Hughie Fury. But Malik Scott was making Luis Ortiz miss, baby. Ortiz was too slow with his foot speed. He couldn't catch up to Malik Scott. He was frustrated. He wasn't frustrated at the fact that Malik Scott didn't want to engage. No. Don't make him believe that was the case. That wasn't the case. He was frustrated that he couldn't catch up to Malik Scott. That's what was pissing him off. Go look at that fight. He was begging Malik Scott to come after him. Come after me, dude. Come after me so I can land a fucking punch on you. You see, the beauty of not being monetized, people, is that I don't have to worry about cursing. When you're monetized, you have to watch your tongue. You have to bite your tongue. Because, if you don't, you get the yellow sign that looks like a piss sign telling you, your video is, advertisement unfriendly. But because I don't have to worry about that anymore, I don't care about cursing. I could let a few F-bombs out. I could get loud. And in a way, it makes me free to be myself. Not to be biting my tongue. And I'm going to let you guys know. That I am so confident in Deontay Wilder beating Luis Ortiz. Luis Ortiz, I don't know where this hype came from. I don't know. The only explanation is the fact that he's undefeated and he's Cuban. Cubans have a reputation of being really good fighters, and they are. They are really good fighters. A lot of them are. But not all of them are unbeatable. What is it with people thinking Cubans are unbeatable? They're not. Harrison Lord wasn't unbeatable. Guillermo Regan wasn't unbeatable. Luis Ortiz will show you how beatable he is when he gets knocked out against my dude Deontay Wilder. Mike Perez wasn't unbeatable. Remember that? Remember when he got knocked out against Povetkin? Remember when Brian Jennings beat him? Arnold Solis wasn't unbeatable. Cubans are like any other fighter. This whole mystique that if you're Cuban, you're unbeatable, it's just propaganda. And what's amazing to me is that people have so much high hopes for Luis Ortiz, who's 39 years old, and he's slow as molasses, and he can't cut the ring off. He's not a Mike Tyson, people. He's not a Gennady Golovkin, people. He's not. He's a slow, robotic type of fighter. That's who he is. And you're going to see him frustrated against Wilder. You're going to see him begging Wilder to stand in front of him. You're going to see this happen. And you're going to see him go on his shell because Wilder's going to land that right hand right down the pipe on his fragile chin. And he's going to go into his shell and he's going to be throwing 2 punches around and he's going to get knocked out in round 8. And it'll be a miracle if he makes it to round 12. He won't win this fight. And I'm going to be here sitting saying, I told you so. I told you so. I warned you. But all these guys hyping up Luis Ortiz, they're hyping him up, boy. Because when Wilder beats him, they want to act like this was the greatest accomplishment of all time. It's not a great accomplishment. It's a good accomplishment. But it's far from great people. That's all I have to say. Subscribe if you're new. Because I keep it raw. And I keep it funky. Oh, and I'm loud too. I'm loud. So if you like people who are loud and talk a lot, I'm your man. I'm your man, dude. I be screaming sometimes, man. I gotta rant sometimes. You know? I gotta rant sometimes. It's good to let out your frustrations. Especially on boxers. Especially on boxers. Whew. Okay, anyway, guys. I'm out. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you're new. Adios.